This video is going to be a review on the T-fal, I think it's T-fal OptiGrill. I bought this thing at Costco about 6 months ago, and I have yet to use it. They put it on sale occasionally. They sell it during the holidays, and then they stop selling it. But you can get this at a lot of stores. You can get it online. Now, the nice thing about this grill is it's got a thermostat control that you can set it for different types of food. It's like the Foreman grills that used to be out like 10, 20 years ago, the George Foreman grill. But this thing is larger. It is more advanced. It has thermostat control. It has a much better drip pan, which the Foreman grill really didn't have, so the grease went all over your counter or drained into your sink. So I'm going to do a review on this thing. If you check out my channel, I did a review of another grill that I bought at Costco last year in 2016 that I ended up taking back. It was just too big. It was enormous. It took up way too much space. And the reason I want something like this is because I don't want to have to take the pan out on the gas stove each time for cooking hamburgers or salmon patties. And the problem with getting something like this is you really can't take this out of the cabinet and then put it on the counter and then put it back. It just becomes too much trouble. So if you're going to get something like this and you're going to use it consistently, you're just going to end up using your counter space. But the advantage is that you'll probably use it all the time if you're eating the same types of food. So let me get this thing going. I'm going to unbox it now. If you like my videos, thumbs up, subscribe if you want to help me out, or ask for my PayPal info if you want to leave a donation for the channel. So here we go. All the other grills that have an incredible amount of packaging and padding. This just looks really simple. It's in the box. It's got some styrofoam on the side. It's got your drip pan. It's got the grill. And I think down at the bottom is my receipt in case I have to return this. And somewhere in there, I believe, is an instruction sheet. So this could not be simpler. This is what it is. I'm already happy because I think this is just going to work. Whereas the other things are just a lot of fanciness and lots of problems. They really didn't heat consistently, and they took up way too much space. Looks like we've got some instruction sheet, maybe a cookbook or some information on how to cook with this thing. Again, the Foreman grill was a nice grill, but it did not have thermostat control, and it didn't have a good drip pan, so everything went all over the counter. This is really nice. What else do we have? Different buttons, I'm assuming for different ways of cooking. And we've got the thermostat. Is that a thermostat control? Maybe that's controlled by these buttons. That's the back of the unit. This is nice. This shows some quality here. The spring, the cord is spring covered, whereas a lot of these cheapy things, you just have the cord that comes out, and not that it's going to burn, but this is really the way to do it. This is impressive. Three-prong grounded outlet. Some of the cheaper models get away with just using the two-prong polarized. This has got three-prong grounded. I'm not going to say this is huge, but this thing is huge. This is going to take up some serious counter space, some countertop space. But, you know, at this point, I just want something that's going to work. It's got some type of a dirty, oily type thing, so when you take it out of the package, you should wash it. You can see the dirt on my fingers. It appears to be a non-stick coating, which is very good. The handle's really solid. The grill kind of wobbles around a little bit, but I think that's okay. This is good. The top angles, so that will allow you to put thicker pieces of meat or different size things inside your grill. So that's a good thing. I won't say this is cheap. If you hit it with a hammer or mallet, you will definitely dent it, but it's not cheap. It's decent quality. Time to wash everything and test it out. The camera on the tripod yet, but it looks like these might be the holders that something holds this thing on. Let me figure this out and I'll let you know. Inside are little black knobs. You press them in and you can see over there in the mechanism it releases over here and allows you to remove the tray. Let me see if I can do it one-handed on here. There you go. I'm going to wash this thing, get this on the counter, and the most important thing, I really want this to be a good review because I am hoping I can keep this. And most of the products that are on the market today are junk, so if this works, this will be a very good thing for all of us. Another important observation, this has a 4-foot power cord. The last unit that I reviewed, I believe the power cord was about a foot, maybe a foot and a half. I couldn't even plug it in and put it in a safe place. So by having a long cord, it makes things easier for you. It allows you to plug it in and get it away from items on your counter that could catch fire or be flammable. So this is a very big plus for a lot of us that might not have an outlet where we need on the counter, and so we can plug this thing in and make it work. Put the bottom tray in, just put it under the hinges, the clips over there. It snaps in very easily. Now let's try the top one. There's just a little hook on here, so it's a pretty simple mechanism. Let's see, I'll put this in here under the hooks, and this is also a really nice plus. With the Foreman grill that I used to have, I believe you could take out one of them. I don't know if you could take out both of the grill plates, and it was very difficult to clean. I'm going to plug this thing in now and we'll see what happens. I'm not even going to use the instructions. I'm just going to try to do this and see if I can figure it out. I press the button. We've got some lights flashing over here. I've got this plugged into a 20 amp outlet. I don't know if you really need that. I'm assuming that it's waiting for me to press one of these buttons, and then I will press the OK, and I'm guessing that might be a light that tells me when the temperature is where it should be, and maybe these light up too. Let's try. I want to do a salmon patty. We have a hot dog, we have a steak, we have fish. So let me press this and see what happens. I'm going to press OK, and we have the light that came on. And I will look it up in the instructions later. It looks OptiGrill yellow, orange, red, so this is probably the hottest, and this is the least. Let me go set this over here. Let's see what happens when I press. Can I redo it? No. Okay, so I cannot shut off my, I can't reset. Let's, M, I don't know what M means. Let me power down. Let's power back up. Let's do this in the middle. We are at 8:09, so I'm going to see how long it takes for this to heat up. I don't know if it beeps, but I'll let you know. I'm going to get my salmon patty ready, and we'll see how this thing works. I should get the grease pan out. You've got I think it's a plastic stand, but it keeps it off the counter, which is really important. I'll see how hot it gets. The other unit got so hot. That was the problem. It got so hot in the front, on the top, on the back, on the sides, I was worried I was going to set things on fire. Grease pan slides in very nicely, very easily. You can get the dimensions online, but let's see what we have here. From front to back, total it's about 14 inches. Height, I would say height to the plastic handle on the front. Over here, it's about 7 inches. And width, going from end to end, you would need maybe 14.5 inches. Still waiting for this to preheat. Let me touch it and see if it's getting hot. The metal doesn't seem hot. The grill's hot. That was stupid. Okay, you just saw me do something very stupid. If the top really doesn't get extremely hot, that will be important to me because, like I said, the other one, I just did not feel safe. I put my hand on it, it was extremely hot. It was a little warm at the back over here, not too bad on the front. The grill's definitely warm. It's heating up. It's got that first use smell, where the grills are starting to warm up and the heating elements are warming up for the first time. I still don't know how to tell when the temperature, well, the light's flashing still, but I don't know when the temperature is set. Maybe the light goes out. A lot of people like using toaster ovens. Toaster ovens are great if you want to cook bread. I don't use bread. Watch my videos on diet, and if you watch some of my BlackBerry videos, you'll see I talk about diet and blood sugar and bread and pasta and eating healthy and losing weight and diabetes. But I cut out bread, so I don't need a toaster. I threw my toaster away. I believe you could toast bread on this thing. I would think you could. But I'm using the strict... Alright, I heard a beep beep, and a beep beep, and a beep. Deep deep boop, deep deep boop, deep deep boop. Time to get the salmon patties out of the freezer, and we're going to check this sucker out. It's 8:15 now. I don't remember what time I said I was preheating this guy to. Or it's 8:15 now. I don't know what time I said I was going to start the preheating, but I'll check the video later. I've got two patties. I have a salmon patty and I have a turkey patty, both from Costco. So I'm going to test them both out. They're fairly thick. They're frozen. And I don't know if this temperature is right. Boy, does that sound great. It's definitely frozen food. And I'm going to get that over there and I'm going to put the grill down. Oh, that sounds beautiful. And I'm really excited. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm just looking for something that's going to work. It will be easy to use, easy to clean, won't set the place on fire, reasonably priced, and gives me a grilled type thing instead of heating it up in a pan. A lot of people use butter. I don't use butter because I'm trying to eat healthy. I don't use the spray butter type things. I don't use water. Well, I use water in there, so I end up heating the thing up. It bubbles. The meat bubbles in the water. It sets off my smoke detector. And it's just an incredible nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare to cook some of this stuff. I believe the green light means, I don't know what this means. I don't know what any of the things mean. Maybe green means it's heating up again. That's the point of looking at instructions. But I want to do this just, now it's like a little orange type thing. So maybe orange is, what does that say? Start of cooking. I don't know what this light means. Maybe it's a temperature, maybe not. But I want to do the video like a typical bachelor who has no clue what he's doing and is too wise to ask for help or get instructions. And if this turns to, what is this? Preheating? I don't know. Okay, so maybe that's preheating and then, who knows? We're just going to cook this guy and see where it takes us. That's the point of this video. It's been cooking, oh my gosh, that smells delicious! It's been cooking for about 2.5 minutes or so now. And I really want to open it up to make sure it's not burning, but it shouldn't be burning after 2.5 minutes, so I just didn't set the temperature right probably. It's somewhere around, maybe that's a cheese sandwich, or who knows. I'm going to give it another couple minutes. Hey, I'm a YouTube partner, so doing these videos kind of helps out my life. And if you want to help me out, oh, look at the meat, look at the gravy, look at the juice dripping down. If you want to help me out, please subscribe. That helps me a lot. Helps all YouTube people. And donations are more than welcome. My cameras keep breaking from doing all these videos. And I'm in the market to buy a new one soon, because my other one just blacked out recently. The light's yellow, so I really don't know what these colors mean. But I know they mean something. What they mean to me is we've been cooking for about 3 minutes. Let me open this up really quick. Hopefully the meat doesn't stick. Oh my God, look at this. Whoa. Wow. So I am a bachelor, and I just cleaned off this counter as best I could because this whole counter was completely filled with junk forever for like the last couple of years. I just cleaned it off because I really want this to work, and I want to have a place where I can keep this grill. And it looks like it's going to be a keeper. When I touch the top, hopefully I don't burn myself. The top is hot. If you touch this thing, if you got a kid and they touch it, they're going to hurt themselves. I'm not putting my finger by the grill. I'm not making that mistake again. The drip pan, I love the drip pan. It's doing what it's supposed to do. The heat's coming out from around the top. There's definitely heat, so you don't want to have this where you've got items. You want to have an open counter spot where you can put this thing, because heat is definitely coming from it. Again, I don't know what this color light means. I want to look at this carefully and see what it... The salmon patty is definitely cooking. So is the turkey patty. Salmon was on the right. I used to make turkey patties all the time, and I always had a problem. I would do turkey patties or hamburger patties. I stopped red meat mostly. I cut way back on that. I'll have pork because my body handles it well. I digest it well. Red meat, I don't digest well at all, so I stay away from it. But with turkey patties and red meat and even pork, I would make this stuff on the stove, and then I would eat it, and I'd get really sick. Why? Because I didn't realize that when you cook this stuff, it usually cooks from the outside, but it doesn't cook on the inside. And the meat wasn't always cooked properly, and I was probably poisoning myself or making myself sick because it wasn't properly cooked. So now I have a little digital thermometer. I probe the meat. That didn't sound right, but I probe the meat and make sure the temperature is where it should be. And I haven't had any problems since. But I've cut way back on the red meat. And the salmon patty that you get from Costco is a heck of a deal. It smells so good. Gosh, this smells so much better than cooking it on the stove. So I think it's ready to burn. Let me open it up. Looks beautiful. You shouldn't have to turn this over. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my God. You shouldn't have to turn it over because it's cooking from the front and the bottom. On the angle, it's definitely sliding down. I don't know what all these beeps are. Let me check the temperature really quick and see where we're at with the turkey patty. So this is kind of annoying having the angle like it is. The turkey patty is at 158, 160, 162, 163. It's supposed to be about 165, about 175 or so. So the angle, I'm not too thrilled with the angle because the meat runs down, but once you know how long you're going to cook this stuff for, that shouldn't be a big issue. I do like the spring control on this, the spring thing where it clamps down on the meat. So I think if you're putting in a big steak, a big turkey, yeah, I don't know what these, I think this beeping sound means it's at the right temperature. And then it just stabilizes there. And then I'll let it cook. But it's got really wide jaws, so you can cook a big, manly, meaty steak if that's the kind of stuff you like. I'll just be doing hamburger patties until I'm done with them, turkey patties, salmon patties. I don't know how much weight this applies. You might be able to put a cheese sandwich in there, 2 pieces of bread, butter it up, and put make a cheese sandwich. Maybe not. It might squeeze it and make a humongous mess. So don't do that unless you check out the manual. A little greasy over here from the patty sweating. I think I started out at 16, 20. We're at 8 minutes. Somewhere about 8 minutes or 10 minutes is what it takes, maybe a little longer to cook this on the stove. Then I have to take the pan and let it cool down, put it in the sink, scrub it, and get it all cleaned up. I'll have to do the same thing with these trays. I'll tell you a secret. I'll tell you a story, not a secret. I knew somebody that owned a sandwich shop. People would go in there and they'd get these grilled sandwiches all day long. Pastrami and chicken and whatever they offered there. And they let me into the kitchen in the back. And they used a grill. They didn't use a T-fal, but they used a grill like this. And what they would do is they would cook the sandwich. They put the butter spray on there, cook the sandwich, and then wipe it down with a paper towel. And they never washed it. They didn't wash it till the end of the day. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. That's the problem with going out and eating. Oh, that salmon patty looks awesome. I'm going to keep this on for 10 minutes. We're close to 10 minutes. I'll keep it on for 11 minutes. And I'll take the salmon patty out and see what it looks like. I don't know if the turkey patty is ready. I am going to keep this. There is no doubt I'm going to keep this thing. My review of this already is 10. Let me check the cord. That's always really important. You put your finger on the cord, see if it's warm. That's how you can tell if they made a cheap install of a cord that wasn't, that barely met specs. The cord is not even warm. It's not hot, which makes me happy. It looks like a very good quality product. Okay, we are at about 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to open this up. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take the salmon patty, which feels perfect. I wish it was cooked a little more, but it's not supposed to be. And I'm going to close it, and I'm going to keep that open. Let's get the camera over here. And I want to get a temperature of the turkey. (165, 171, 175, 181, 180, 182). Turkey patty is done. Let's get a temperature on the salmon patty. 183, 185, 186, 187. That's done. I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled. How do you shut this thing off? You press the power button over here. Press the power button. Units off. All right, I'm looking at the back. I want you to see this. I guess there's really no way they could solve this problem. The grill on the back, it's got grease on it. It's got liquid, so it's running down and it's going all over the counter, and it goes all over your power cord. That springy thing. Not much you can do about that. That's just how the design has to be. We wash the meat thermometer, and the most important part of this thing now is the test. That's what this is all about. Ease of use, and what does it taste like compared to a grill, making it in a pan or in the oven. This was really easy. If you were making this in the oven, you'd have to preheat the oven for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then you'd have to cook it. The other nice thing that I like is I don't have to worry. Remember I was talking about it didn't cook all the way through. On the stove, it would cook from the outside to the inside, so the centerpiece of the meat was usually not cooked properly, and that's why I was getting sick. You don't have that with this grill because it cooks from the top and the bottom, and it's cooking evenly. That's the salmon patty. Hot? Hot. Let me see if I can... That's hot. Let me try to take a bite without burning my mouth. Oh my God. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Wow. Alright, I'm trying to chew. It's really hot. This is so much better than making it in a pan. So much easier than making it in the oven. I wouldn't even mess with this stuff in an oven. Evenly cooked. I kept this on the counter in a box for 6 months. I'm wondering what the heck was I thinking, because this is so nice. Here's the turkey patty now. The nice thing is I was able to cook both of these without a problem. I'm sure making a hamburger patty in here would be just as easy. Turkey patty. Nicely cooked. Unlike making it in the pan, I said, where I had to put the water in there because it was frozen and I didn't want to use butter. I didn't have to use any butter. No sprays, no oils, no greases. Sorry, I'm talking while I'm chewing. My review of this thing is, if I was rating this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 1,000. I am thrilled. This is an incredible product to buy. And I know in my reviews, I always review things, I'm really honest with my opinion, my feelings. This is awesome. Grease pan, not that full. I'll be able to slide this out easily and wash it. When this cools down, I'll be able to take the pan trays out, the grill trays out, and again, it looks like it's a Teflon type coating. Not a Teflon, but it looks like it's a non-stick coating, so I'm not going to have a problem with cleaning. The one complaint that I told you about, the grease dripping off of the bottom, there's just really no way around that. So if that's a problem, I was going to say put a piece of foil on the counter, but you don't want to do that because foil radiates heat, and that's not a good thing to do. You just wipe it up after you're done, or get a little. I wouldn't even touch this. This is very hot. You do want to keep this thing open to let it cool down. You don't want to have heat on heat while it's cooling. It's going to bake all this stuff on there and make it harder to clean. So yeah, T-fal. I'll put the model number in the video or in the description. Again, I bought it from Costco. I don't think they sell it online. They sell it towards the end of the year, towards Christmas time for Christmas gifts. I think you can buy this from Target or Amazon or some of the other sites, maybe Walmart, and it is definitely worth the money. I bought this on sale during the Christmas time. I think they had it on sale for about $79 or $89, and normally during the year it goes for well into the hundreds, like maybe $120 or something. Having said that, and having just done this review, if this broke and I needed to buy another one for $120, I would do it without question. That's how nice of a product this is and how good it is. Spend your money and buy something like this. If you're going to be doing toast or muffins, then you really need to get a toaster oven. But if you're strictly looking for a grill, or if you're a single guy or single woman and you don't want to turn on the stove or crank on the oven to make a steak or a burger, this is the way to go. It does take up some space. It really does take up some counter space. No doubt about that. And there's no way around that, but gosh, it's awesome. It's definitely awesome. Okay, I'm going to complete this video and post it. I wish I had done this a long time ago. Please, please, please buy this product if this is what you're looking for. This is a really great unit. I can't talk about long-term use. This is my first time using it, but it really cooks well. Automatic sensor cooking, thickness measurement. Ceramic coated plates, 1800 watts. Removable plates. OptiGrill ceramic. Let me scroll down so you can see some of this other stuff that's over here. Remember, you've got to take the plates off. You cannot immerse this unit into the water at all, or you are going to have some serious problems with shocking and damage. This unit is made in China, but the nice thing is that it looks like it's very well made. Real simple design, just a power cord, some heating filaments, 2 trays, 2 grill plates, and some electronic controls for your temperature. Could not be easier or more simple. Hit pause if you want to read any of this stuff. And so there doesn't appear to be a model number, it's just the OptiGrill ceramic. We'll read the instructions later to see how to use this properly. It has a recipe book. But you don't even need the instructions, and you can figure out what you're doing. That was the point of the video, to show you how simple this is. Good luck!